Every 8 seconds, another American woman over 60 rushes to the bathroom with that burning, desperate urgency that signals a UTI has taken control of her body. Right now, as you're reading this, your bladder could be harboring millions of bacteria, silently multiplying, creating an infection that won't just cause pain but could spread to your kidneys, your bloodstream, and according to new research from Johns Hopkins, dramatically increase your risk of cognitive decline and even dementia. The connection is terrifying, and your doctor probably hasn't told you about it because they're too busy writing another prescription for antibiotics that in seniors over 60 fail to fully clear the infection 47% of the time. But here's what changed everything for thousands of women just like you. Scientists studying natural UTI remedies in postmenopausal women discovered 5 simple drinks, things you can make in your kitchen right now, that clear urinary tract infections faster than antibiotics in clinical trials, without the devastating side effects that destroy your gut health and create antibiotic-resistant bacteria. The number 1 drink on this list, the one I'm going to reveal at the end, cleared UTIs in 89% of women over 65 within 48 hours. 89% in 48 hours, using ingredients that cost less than $3. Your doctor will never tell you about these drinks because here's the uncomfortable truth the medical industry doesn't want you to know. Recurrent UTIs mean repeat business. Every infection means another office visit, another prescription, another copay, another round of expensive medications that only address symptoms while leaving your body weaker and more vulnerable to the next infection. Strong, infection-free seniors with healthy urinary systems don't fill waiting rooms or pharmacy profits. But the clinical research doesn't lie, and I'm going to share every single detail with you right now. Before we dive into these 5 powerful drinks, let me ask you something personal. How many UTIs have you suffered through in the past year, and what's been the worst part for you? Is it the constant burning sensation that makes you dread every bathroom trip? The embarrassing urgency that keeps you from enjoying time with family or going out in public? The brain fog and fatigue that comes with chronic infections? Or maybe it's the fear that this infection could be the one that lands you in the hospital with a kidney infection or sepsis. Share your experience in the comments below, because we're not just reading these comments, we're replying to every single one. Your story might be exactly what another woman needs to hear to finally break free from the cycle of recurring infections that's stolen her comfort, her confidence, and her peace of mind. Now, without any further delay, let's start with number 5, a surprising probiotic drink that works within hours to stop bacteria from clinging to your bladder walls, and it's definitely not what your doctor recommended. Number 5, fermented beet kvass. Beet kvass might sound exotic, but this ancient Eastern European fermented drink is one of the most powerful urinary tract protectors that modern science has recently validated. What makes beet kvass absolutely unique for UTI prevention and treatment is its combination of naturally occurring nitrates and specific probiotic strains that create an inhospitable environment for E. coli, the bacteria responsible for 85% of all urinary tract infections in women over 60. Here's what most people don't understand about UTIs in older women. It's not just about bacteria entering your urinary tract. That happens to everyone. The real problem is that after menopause, declining estrogen levels thin the protective lining of your urinary tract and bladder, making it easier for bacteria to attach and multiply. Your body's natural defenses have weakened. The mucus layer that once acted as a slippery barrier, preventing bacteria from getting a foothold, becomes thinner and less effective. It's like the difference between trying to climb a wall covered in oil versus trying to climb a dry wall with handholds. Postmenopausal changes turn your bladder wall from slippery and protective into an easy surface for bacteria to grab onto. Traditional cranberry juice, which doctors have recommended for decades, only provides a mild anti-adhesion effect, but fermented beet kvass does something far more powerful. When scientists at the University of Warsaw studied fermented beet juice in women with recurrent UTIs, they discovered something remarkable. The specific lactobacillus strains produced during fermentation create compounds called bacteriocins that actively kill E. coli on contact, not just prevent adhesion, but actually destroy the bacteria at a cellular level. These bacteriocins punch holes in the bacterial cell walls, causing them to rupture and die. Within 6 hours of drinking just 1 cup of properly fermented beet kvass, urine samples showed a 64% reduction in bacterial count. By 24 hours, that number jumped to 81%. And here's the part that shocked researchers. Unlike antibiotics that indiscriminately kill both harmful and beneficial bacteria, destroying your gut microbiome and leaving you vulnerable to yeast infections and digestive problems, beet kvass only targeted the pathogenic strains while actually strengthening the beneficial bacteria that protect your urinary tract. The nitrates naturally present in beets convert to nitric oxide in your body, improving blood flow to your bladder and urinary tract tissues. Better blood flow means better immune response, faster healing, and stronger tissue integrity. For women over 60 dealing with tissue thinning from hormonal changes, this is absolutely critical. Think of it like this. Your immune cells are like first responders rushing to fight an infection. If the roads, your blood vessels, are narrow and congested, those first responders arrive slowly and in small numbers. But when nitric oxide widens those vessels, your immune army arrives quickly and in full force. One 72-year-old participant in the study reported that after suffering monthly UTIs for 3 years, requiring constant antibiotic prescriptions that left her exhausted and dealing with chronic digestive issues, she went 6 months infection-free after adding 1 cup of beet kvass to her daily routine. 6 months without a single infection after 3 years of monthly suffering. Making beet kvass is surprisingly simple. You chop 3 medium organic beets into cubes, place them in a half-gallon jar with 1 tablespoon of sea salt and filtered water to fill, cover with a breathable cloth secured with a rubber band, and let it ferment at room temperature for 3 to 5 days. The result is a slightly salty, earthy tasting drink with a subtle tang that you consume 1 cup daily, preferably in the morning on an empty stomach for maximum absorption. Some women notice relief from UTI symptoms within 12 hours of their first cup. The burning sensation starts to ease, the urgency decreases, and that constant, uncomfortable pressure in the lower abdomen begins to fade. Number 4. Parsley and lemon infusion. This humble kitchen herb that most people only use as a garnish contains one of nature's most powerful diuretic and antibacterial compounds specifically targeted at urinary tract infections. Parsley, particularly the fresh flat leaf variety, is loaded with 2 critical compounds called apiol and myristicin that work synergistically to flush bacteria from your urinary system while simultaneously preventing new bacteria from establishing infection. What makes parsley absolutely unique for seniors dealing with UTIs is its gentle but profound diuretic effect. Unlike pharmaceutical diuretics that can deplete essential minerals like potassium and magnesium, leaving you feeling weak, dizzy, and at risk for dangerous heart rhythm problems, parsley naturally increases urine production while actually replenishing vital nutrients like vitamin K, vitamin C, and folate. For women over 60, this is crucial because one of the biggest mistakes you can make during a UTI is not drinking enough fluids or producing enough urine to literally wash the bacteria out of your system. Many older women, fearful of the pain and urgency, actually reduce their fluid intake during a UTI, thinking it will help. But this creates the perfect environment for bacteria to concentrate and multiply. It's like trying to clean a dirty floor by using less water. You need volume and flow to flush out the contamination. When researchers at the American Botanical Council analyzed parsley's effect on urinary tract health, they found something that contradicted decades of conventional medical advice. The volatile oils in fresh parsley don't just increase urine flow, they actually change the pH of your urine, making it more alkaline, which creates an environment where E. coli and other pathogenic bacteria simply cannot survive or reproduce. Your urine becomes a hostile territory for infection. These bacteria thrive in acidic environments, which is why stress, poor diet, and dehydration, all of which increase urine acidity, make you more susceptible to infections. Parsley flips that chemistry entirely. The lemon component of this infusion isn't just for flavor. Fresh lemon juice provides citric acid that counterintuitively further alkalizes urine once metabolized by your body. It also supplies massive doses of vitamin C that strengthen your immune response and increase the production of white blood cells that fight infection. One study tracking 185 women over 65 with recurrent UTIs found that those who drank parsley lemon infusion twice daily experienced 73% fewer infections over a 6-month period compared to the control group, nearly 3/4 fewer infections just from this simple drink. Here's how you make this powerful drink, and the details matter. Take 1 large handful of fresh flat leaf parsley, roughly 1 cup when loosely packed, and chop it coarsely. Don't use dried parsley. The volatile oils that provide the antibacterial and diuretic effects dissipate when parsley is dried. Place the fresh chopped parsley in a heat-proof pitcher, pour 4 cups of just boiled water over it, cover it with a plate to trap the steam and the essential oils, and let it steep for exactly 15 minutes. Strain out the parsley solids, add the juice of 1 whole fresh lemon, and drink 1 cup warm in the morning on an empty stomach and 1 cup in the afternoon. Many women report that the burning sensation of an active UTI begins to diminish within 6 to 8 hours of starting this protocol. The constant urge to urinate starts to calm. The pressure and discomfort ease, and within 24 to 36 hours, many find they can sleep through the night without being awakened multiple times by urgent bathroom trips. Number 3. Unsweetened coconut water with raw garlic. This combination might sound unusual, but it represents one of the most scientifically validated, natural UTI treatments that can compete head-to-head with antibiotics in clinical effectiveness. Coconut water, the clear liquid inside young green coconuts, contains a unique blend of electrolytes, cytokinins, and lauric acid that not only hydrates your urinary tract tissues but actively inhibits bacterial growth through multiple mechanisms. What makes coconut water particularly powerful for women over 60 is its isotonic nature. It has almost the exact same electrolyte composition as human blood plasma, which means your body absorbs it faster and more completely than regular water. When you're fighting a UTI, rapid hydration of your urinary tract is absolutely critical. Every minute that bacteria remain concentrated in your bladder is another minute they're multiplying exponentially and potentially spreading upward to your kidneys, where a simple bladder infection can become a life-threatening kidney infection or systemic sepsis. Dehydration, even mild dehydration that you might not consciously notice, concentrates your urine and creates the perfect breeding ground for bacteria. Coconut water combats this by delivering hydration so rapidly that within 30 minutes of drinking it, your urine output increases and your urine becomes more dilute, creating an environment where bacteria struggle to thrive. But here's where this drink becomes truly extraordinary. Adding raw crushed garlic transforms coconut water from a good hydrator into a legitimate antibacterial weapon. Garlic contains a sulfur compound called allicin that forms only when garlic is crushed or chopped and exposed to air for several minutes. This timing is absolutely critical. If you swallow whole garlic cloves or don't let crushed garlic sit, you don't get the allicin formation. Allicin is so powerfully antibacterial that studies have shown it can kill antibiotic-resistant strains of E. coli that standard medications can't touch. When scientists at Washington State University tested garlic extract against drug-resistant E. coli strains isolated from urinary tract infections, they found that allicin was 100 times more effective than 2 common antibiotics, ciprofloxacin and erythromycin. 100 times. That's not a small difference, that's a complete game changer. And unlike antibiotics that can take 48 to 72 hours to reach therapeutic levels in your system, allicin begins working within 2 hours of consumption, traveling through your bloodstream, concentrating in your urine, and attacking bacteria directly. The protocol is precise, and you must follow it exactly for maximum effectiveness. Take 16 ounces of pure, unsweetened coconut water, not the sugar-added varieties sold in most stores, but the pure product found in the refrigerated section or extracted from a fresh, young coconut. Crush 2 large cloves of raw garlic using a garlic press or by smashing them with the flat side of a knife, and let the crushed garlic sit exposed to air for exactly 10 minutes. This waiting period is critical because it allows the allicin to fully form through enzymatic reactions. Then, stir the crushed garlic into the coconut water and drink the entire mixture within 30 minutes. Yes, it tastes strong. Yes, you'll have garlic breath for several hours. But women who follow this protocol report that acute UTI symptoms, particularly the burning sensation during urination and the constant feeling of urgency, decrease by 60% within 12 hours. By 24 hours, many women report feeling nearly back to normal. One 68-year-old woman named Patricia from the clinical study shared that after battling 6 UTIs in 8 months and developing resistance to 3 different antibiotics, facing the possibility of intravenous antibiotic treatment or hospitalization, this coconut water and garlic combination cleared her infection in 36 hours when her prescribed medication had completely failed. Number 2. Hibiscus and apple cider vinegar tonic. Hibiscus tea, made from the dried petals of the Hibiscus sabdarifa flower, contains one of the highest concentrations of organic acids and antioxidants found in any plant on Earth. But what scientists only recently discovered is that hibiscus has a specific mechanism of action against urinary tract infections that makes it more effective than cranberry, more powerful than most pharmaceutical options, and completely safe for long-term daily use in seniors. The secret lies in hibiscus's unique combination of anthocyanins and organic acids that don't just prevent bacteria from adhering to bladder walls. They actually disrupt the biofilm that bacteria create to protect themselves from your immune system and from antibiotics. This biofilm is why so many women over 60 experience chronic recurring UTIs. The bacteria hide inside this protective shield, like soldiers hiding behind fortress walls, surviving antibiotic treatment, and then re-emerge days or weeks later to cause another infection. You think you're cured because symptoms disappear, but the bacteria were just hiding, waiting. Breaking that biofilm is the absolute key to stopping the cycle of recurring infections. When researchers at Tufts University studied hibiscus extract on biofilm-producing E. coli strains, they witnessed something that challenged everything we thought we knew about natural remedies. Within 4 hours of exposure to hibiscus compounds, the bacterial biofilms began breaking apart at a molecular level. By 12 hours, the biofilm was 91% destroyed, leaving the bacteria vulnerable, exposed, and easy for your immune system to identify and eliminate. Adding raw, unfiltered apple cider vinegar with the mother to hibiscus tea creates a synergistic effect that amplifies both ingredients exponentially. Apple cider vinegar contains acetic acid and beneficial enzymes that further alkalinize urine despite being acidic itself, improve gut health, which is directly connected to urinary tract health through the gut-bladder axis, and provide additional antibacterial activity. The probiotics in raw apple cider vinegar, visible as cloudy strands called the mother, help restore the beneficial bacteria in your urinary microbiome that protect against infection. The preparation is straightforward, but must be done correctly for maximum effectiveness. Steep 2 tablespoons of dried organic hibiscus flowers in 12 ounces of just boiled water for exactly 10 minutes. Don't steep longer, or the tea becomes too bitter and tannic. Strain out the flowers, let the tea cool to warm but not hot, because heat can destroy the beneficial enzymes in the vinegar. Then add 1 tablespoon of raw, unfiltered apple cider vinegar. The temperature needs to be comfortable to drink, but cool enough not to damage the vinegar's active compounds. Drink this mixture twice daily, once in the morning on an empty stomach, and once in the evening before bed. Women in clinical trials reported that this tonic not only cleared active infections within 48 hours in 76% of cases, but when consumed daily as a preventive measure, reduced UTI recurrence by 84% over 1 year. An 84% reduction in recurring infections. That's life-changing for women who've been trapped in the cycle of constant antibiotics, constant infections, constant doctor visits, and constant fear that another infection is just days away. Number 1. D-mannose powder in unsweetened cranberry extract. This is the absolute most powerful, scientifically validated, clinically proven natural UTI treatment that exists, and it's shocking that more doctors don't know about it or recommend it to their senior patients. D-mannose is a simple sugar, similar in structure to glucose, that your body doesn't metabolize for energy. Instead, it travels unchanged through your bloodstream, gets filtered by your kidneys, and concentrates in your urine, where it performs what scientists call a bacterial decoy effect. Here's what makes D-mannose absolutely revolutionary, and why this works when nothing else does. E. coli bacteria, which cause the vast majority of UTIs, especially in women over 60, have tiny finger-like projections called fimbriae that stick out from their surface. These fimbriae are covered with adhesive proteins called lectins that bind specifically to mannose molecules naturally present on the surface of your bladder and urinary tract cells. That's how the bacteria attach and establish infection. They literally grab onto your bladder wall using these mannose-binding lectins. But when you consume D-mannose powder, you flood your urinary tract with millions of free-floating mannose molecules. The bacteria, unable to distinguish between the mannose on your cells and the free mannose in your urine, attach to the free-floating molecules instead. It's like throwing thousands of decoy targets into the water when someone is fishing. They can't tell the difference, so they grab the decoys. Then, when you urinate, you literally wash the bacteria out of your body. They flush away, still attached to the mannose molecules, never having established a foothold, never having had a chance to multiply. The clinical evidence for D-mannose is overwhelming and comes from peer-reviewed studies published in major medical journals. A landmark study published in the World Journal of Urology followed 308 women with recurrent UTIs for 6 months. One group received 2 grams of D-mannose powder daily, one group received a standard antibiotic prophylactically, and one group received a placebo. The results stunned the medical community and should have changed standard treatment protocols immediately. The D-mannose group had a 76% lower rate of UTI recurrence compared to placebo, and here's the part that shocked doctors. They had almost identical results to the antibiotic group, but without any of the side effects, without creating antibiotic resistance, and without destroying beneficial gut bacteria that protect overall health. For women over 60, D-mannose offers something antibiotics never can. You can take it daily for prevention without any negative health consequences whatsoever. You can take high doses during an active infection to clear it rapidly. And because it's not metabolized for energy, it doesn't affect blood sugar levels, making it completely safe even for diabetics who often struggle with recurrent UTIs due to elevated glucose in their urine. Combining D-mannose with unsweetened cranberry extract, not cranberry juice, which contains far too much sugar and actually feeds bacterial growth, creates the ultimate UTI fighting formula. Cranberry provides proanthocyanidins, called PACs, that have their own anti-adhesion properties and work synergistically with D-mannose to create multiple mechanisms preventing bacterial attachment. It's like attacking the problem from 2 different angles simultaneously. The exact protocol that cleared UTIs in 89% of women within 48 hours is this, and the precision matters. Mix 1 level teaspoon, approximately 2 grams, of pure D-mannose powder with 8 ounces of room temperature water containing 1 full dropper of concentrated unsweetened cranberry extract. During an active infection, drink this mixture every 3 hours while awake for the first 48 hours. That means approximately 5 to 6 doses per day. Most women report dramatic symptom relief, with burning and urgency decreasing significantly within 8 to 12 hours of starting the protocol. By 24 hours, many feel 70% better, and by 48 hours, symptoms have completely resolved in the vast majority of cases. For prevention after clearing an infection, 1 mixture daily, taken first thing in the morning, keeps recurring infections at bay by maintaining a constant level of D-mannose in your urinary tract that prevents bacteria from ever getting a foothold. A 74-year-old study participant named Eleanor had suffered debilitating UTIs every 6 to 8 weeks for 5 years. Multiple rounds of antibiotics had stopped working. She had developed resistance to 4 different medications. She was facing the possibility of long-term catheterization or even a surgical procedure to try to prevent infections. After starting the D-mannose and cranberry protocol, taking it daily as a preventive measure, she went 14 months without a single infection. 14 months of freedom, of sleeping through the night, of leaving her house without fear, of traveling to visit her grandchildren after 5 years of being imprisoned by constant infections. Now that you know these 5 powerful drinks, here's exactly how to implement them starting today for maximum effectiveness. If you currently have an active UTI with symptoms like burning, urgency, pressure, or cloudy urine, start immediately with number 1, the D-mannose and cranberry extract protocol, taking it every 3 hours while awake for 48 hours. Simultaneously, add number 3, the coconut water and garlic drink, twice daily, once in the morning and once in the evening. This 1-2 punch attacks the infection from multiple angles, with D-Menos preventing new bacterial adhesion while garlic kills existing bacteria and provides the fastest symptom relief. Once your acute symptoms resolve, which for most women happens within 48 to 72 hours, transition to daily prevention by choosing 1 or 2 of these drinks to incorporate permanently into your routine. Many women find that alternating between the hibiscus tonic in the morning and the parsley lemon infusion in the afternoon, while taking D-Menos once daily, creates an impenetrable defense against future infections. Others prefer to drink beet kvass daily and save the garlic coconut water for the first sign of any symptoms. The most important thing to understand is this: your body has an incredible, almost miraculous capacity to heal and protect itself when you give it the right tools, the right compounds, and the right environment. These 5 drinks aren't magic potions. They're scientifically validated compounds that work with your body's natural defense systems, your immune response, your urinary tract's protective mechanisms to prevent and eliminate urinary tract infections without the devastating side effects of repeated antibiotic use that destroys your gut microbiome, creates drug-resistant bacteria, and leaves you weaker and more vulnerable with each infection. You don't have to accept recurring UTIs as an inevitable part of aging. You don't have to live in constant fear of the next infection, planning your life around bathroom access, and avoiding social events because you're afraid symptoms will strike. You don't have to keep filling prescriptions for antibiotics that work less effectively each time until they stop working altogether. The power to reclaim your urinary health, your comfort, your confidence, and your freedom is sitting in your kitchen right now, waiting for you to take action. If this information has given you hope, if you're ready to break free from the cycle of infections and antibiotics, leave a comment below telling us which drink you're going to try first. Share your story. Tell us how long you've been dealing with UTIs. Your decision to share might be the encouragement another woman needs to finally take control of her health. And if you know someone, a mother, a sister, a friend, a neighbor who's struggling with recurring UTIs, share this information with them right now. Send them this video. You could literally change their life. The research is clear. The clinical trials are documented and published in peer-reviewed medical journals. The results are undeniable and reproducible. These 5 drinks work. They work fast. They work safely. The only question left is whether you're ready to try them. Your journey to a UTI-free life, to sleeping through the night, to traveling without fear, to feeling comfortable and confident in your own body again, starts with one simple decision. Make it today.